welcome to American Baker in Germany. I'm Michelle, and today we are making a mermaid cake. You know, I recently did the Afro baby cake for my daughter Natalie. Well, my daughter Sabrina was a little bit jealous and she decided that she wanted to design a cake too. So she designed this cake with a 2D mermaid on the side that covers all of the side. So let's get started.
I'm frosting two sizes of cake dummy with American buttercream. This is a 6-inch and a 4-inch cake dummy. Then I roll out some light blue fondant and cover both tiers with it. I smooth it on with my hands and cut off the excess with a knife. Then I place the top tier onto the bottom tier, lining up one side. This is the image my daughter chose. I rolled out some light blue fondant to act as the background of the image. Then I made some flesh-colored fondant by mixing white with a bit of pink and some ivory food coloring. Then I rolled it out and cut out the mermaid's face and upper body. Then I placed the body onto the blue background and measured the placement by using the rest of my template. Then I cut out the hair from yellow fondant. And I cut out the tail from pink fondant. And I textured it to have a scaly fish texture using a small round piping tip. And I rolled out some green fondant and cut out some small shell shapes and placed them on the mermaid's chest. And here's my mermaid so far. I placed the mermaid on the flat side of the cake. Then I cut the green fondant into thin strips and twisted some and left some flat to be the seaweed, placing it all over the cake. Then I rolled a thick snake of pink fondant and cut it into uneven pieces and pressed a hole into one end using the back of a paintbrush, and I placed them on the cake to be tubular sea sponges. Then I rolled out some white fondant and cut it into rough squares. I rounded them down to be rough circles, pressed in the texture of one of my sculpting tools, and pressed in a dent into the bottom using my pinkies. These are some beautiful clamshells. Now this is a trick I used on another mermaid cake before. I take a piece of flesh-colored fondant and twist and fold it random ways, even adding holes into it with my paintbrush. The fairly random nature of it looks a bit like coral. That's the idea anyway. I used a fondant press mold to make a bow and put it in the mermaid's hair. Then I rolled out some purple fondant and just cut some fairly simple fish shapes. I added an eye with a paintbrush handle and some scales with the round piping tip and some lines with the flat sculpting tool, and I placed them around the cake in the open areas swimming around. Then I used a fondant press mold to press out the letters of my daughter, Sabrina's name. Then I placed the name between the tears. Then I decided it was time to paint the mermaid's face. Unfortunately, I think my kids took the paintbrushes because I could only find two. One with wide, separated bristles meant to add texture but not made for precision, and the largest brush I have. I tried in vain to paint on the food coloring with my sculpting tools, but that didn't work out so well. I used the wide bristle brush to give the hair texture, but it would not work for the face. After trying several different things, I eventually used the edge of the large brush, and it's time to buy more paintbrushes. I think this undersea mermaid cake turned out lovely. The mermaid was almost an afterthought, as I really think the undersea scene stole the show. But Sabrina was finally satisfied and was no longer jealous of her little sister. Until the next time. Ah, sibling rivalry. For more cakes and tutorials, visit our website at AmericanBakerInGermany.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe for a new cake every week. Hit the notification bell to be the first to know when we've uploaded a new video.